What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about thermals. This is the first of several videos we're going to do, primarily about the DNT products because there's a few and there's not a whole lot of information out about them right now. We're pretty excited about them, and hopefully this video helps explain why. So the premise of this video is we compared the DNT Hydra 635 to the venerable, very well known and accepted by the community InfiRay RH25. This is the V2 model, the newest iteration, which is very nice. We like it a lot. This thing's going to give it a run for its money, and I'm going to tell you why. But before I get there, let me go ahead and open it up so you can take a look at it. Now, I've used this for a while now, so everything's not really where it should be. But inside of this box, bag, whatever, is your optic. I've already mounted the Picatinny adapter on it. This is not QD. We'll talk about that in a minute. It comes with an eye cup. This is the box that the mount came in. You've got some literature for folks that read. I know most of you can't read. That's why you're here on YouTube. That's why I watch YouTube. I can't read either. But that's about it. This thing is a 640 standalone weapon optic, standalone thermal weapon sight, or a clip-on. It has clip-on capability just like the RH25. I'll go ahead and open this up and show you what you get in the box. It's a lot of stuff. So you get a charger, 2 batteries. I think this one comes with 2 batteries and a charger as well. It's not in there right now. You've got your meat and potatoes here. That's the thermal optic, and it comes already mounted on their QD Picatinny mount / riser. So that's cool. Got an eye cup, extra battery cap, I guess if you run a different style battery. These are the not flat top. It's got a capacitor in it that acts as a regulator in these larger 18650s. If you're not aware, not all 18650s are created equal, so look into that before you go buying 18650s for your different devices. There's a flat top, which is slightly shorter battery, and then there's what I call the full-length 18650 that's a regulated battery. Just a little piece of information there for you. I don't know what's in here. If you're not interested in this segment of the video, please just fast forward. Some kind of off-board controller for the thermal. If you want to mount it on a tripod, some people do that and then they watch the video on an app. You can do that on both of these, so that's cool. Tools, power block, cleaning cloth. This one comes with a cleaning cloth as well. So just all your normal stuff, you know, normal stuff. Let's talk about how they stack up. So before we switch over to the out in the real world environment comparison of the video side by side, I'm going to talk about some of the particulars. So this is the Hydra HS635. It has a resolution sensor with a pixel density of 640 by 512 versus the RH25 640 by 480. Both of them use a OLED, a micro OLED display. The HS635, I'm going to flip these, has a display resolution of 1024 by 768, and the RH25 has a display resolution of 1440 by 1080. There is a disparity there in pixel density. I'm not sure if it makes that much of a difference, but you know, it's hard to, I guess, illustrate that through the footage that we're pulling off the device because that's coming directly from the sensor. It's not passing through the display. So take that with a grain of salt. Both of them have the same sensor pixel size, 12 micron. The NETD is slightly different between the two. The HS635 is 18, I think it's millikelvin at 25 degrees Celsius, and InfiRay advertises this one as less than 15 millikelvin, so slightly better in that respect. The RH25, as the name implies, has a 25 millimeter objective. The HS635 has a 35 millimeter objective. Why is that important? Well, it dictates what their base magnification is. The RH25 has a base magnification of 1, whereas the HS635 has a base magnification of 1.5. I'm going to give you my 2 cents on why this is important. Base magnification of 1.5 can be advantageous for people that are using this primarily in a rifle mounted application, be it standalone, thermal optic, or as a clip-on, because as we discussed a moment ago, the sensor resolution is limited to that 640 pixel width. So if I can start at a 1.5 magnification and have 640 pixels of resolution, that may be slightly better than starting at 1x with 640 pixels of resolution. As we know with thermals, when we increase magnification inside of the optic, we're actually cutting the resolution by a factor of whatever magnification range we're at. So at 640 resolution, at 1x, at 2x, we're going to be at 320, etc., etc. Is that a big deal? It's not a huge deal. It really depends on how you intend to use these. And this is where these 2 devices kind of deviate from being very similar. The RH25 is intended to be kind of a do-it-all thermal optic. It can be helmet mounted. To helmet mount it, you're going to spend around $1,200 in accessories, assuming you don't have a helmet mount, etc. You can buy these 2 components from InfiRay that work well with this device. One of them is a MQD. This allows you to attach it quickly to your rifle using the proprietary pigtail is what they call it. The pigtail is essentially a dovetail with another little section of Picatinny on it that replaces this mount here and allows you to quickly index it on the MQD. So really cool system they've partnered with ADM to come up with. I'd say that's a pretty cool advantage for this system because DNT hasn't really ironed out their QD mounting situation yet. We've done some stuff, and I'll talk about that again in a minute. But so whereas this one can be helmet mounted if you would like, because it is a 1x base magnification, this one isn't really intended to be helmet mounted. You can helmet mount it. You will need a dovetail attachment here. I haven't done this yet. I've seen it done. Basically, the mounting holes here in the middle of this optic body are pretty far outboard of the eyepiece, so either you're going to have to find a dovetail that sets that actual engagement shoe closer to the eyepiece, or get creative with how you're using a bridge. As this product develops, some things will become available, and we'll do a supplement to this video to explain the different mounting solutions. However, that's not really how this optic is intended to be used. It's more of a standalone thermal weapon sight as well as a clip-on, and it does both those very well, as you will see in the footage that we will show in a minute. I have a pretty good spreadsheet here with all the different specifications on each one. We'll annotate that somewhere. I'm not going to bore you on going over all this stuff, but here's the big difference between these 2 optics, okay? The Hydra, the DNT Hydra 635, again, that is a 640 resolution thermal weapon sight with clip-on capability and a big eyepiece that you don't typically see until recently on a device like this, which is very nice. Retails for $19.99. Right now, that's subject to change. Obviously, there's a lot of talk of import tariffs and whatnot, but I don't anticipate it's going to be a huge increase if the price does increase. Conversely, the RH25 starts at $49.99.99, and that's essentially with all the stuff that you see here. This is extra, okay? This is like a $300 or $400 worth of equipment, if I have to guess. I don't remember exactly the price on that stuff, but this is what you get for essentially $5,000. You could buy an RH25 for $5,000, or you can buy an HS635. Oh, they're over here. And another HS635, and a DNT Thermite. Did another video talking all about this. This is a pretty cool product. I'm not going to go into it, but you can get all that for essentially the same price as that and have, I think, $200 or $300 left over. We talked for quite a while about, you know, if I was this customer, what would I do with that extra $200 or $300? I'm going to tell you what you should do. You should go get a tattoo of me and my multi-poo somewhere on your body. That's what you should do. If you're interested in this, put your email down in the comments. We'll send you a high-res version of this that you can hand to your artist so they can sketch it and make a trace stencil on your body. Please send me photos if you do that. We will send you a t-shirt probably. Maybe. I think at this time we'll go ahead and transition to the side-by-side video footage of these two devices in action, and then we'll reconvene here and give you our final thoughts. All right, I mentioned in the video the mounting solution is not really ironed out for the HS635 yet. We do have a solution for that. It is not the same, but it accomplishes the same goal. So essentially, this right here is a mount that you can buy on our website. It is an American Defense QD mount. It's actually intended for Atlas bipods, but the bolt pattern here is the same as 2 of the 4 bolts on the bottom of the HS635. So one of the options that you have, and this all is going to come back to what your day optic height is, but it's assuming that you have a lower 1/3 co-witness optic height like a lot of people do on their magnified optics, this solution will work for you, and we've been testing that. In conjunction with this ADM Atlas bipod mount, we have, I don't know if we have any of them yet, but we're going to be ordering some, as well as another variant of this that's slightly higher for like the 193 variant. Essentially, this is like a QD riser with a bit of extra Picatinny here. On the front, you can attach the 635 to the riser, lock it down, attach the riser to your rifle rail, lock it down. Trevor, will you hand me that ACOG? Sorry, I should have set up before this segment, but here you go. Getting the raw, real, uncut footage behind the scenes. So as far as I know, this ACOG is in the lower 1/3 configuration, and it's pretty well in line with the center line of the optic. There is slight deviation, but this is fairly common with clip-ons of this type. You're going to deal with the same thing on this one. The ADM solutions for this will put it closer to an exact lower 1/3, but this is all stuff you can account for inside of the optic. So there is a solution. There's probably going to be better ones on the way in the future, but for now, this does work, and both of these pieces aren't overly expensive. So you saw the same thing that we saw when we took this video. Essentially, take this with a grain of salt. There is a slight deviation between the image quality that you will see through the eye hole on your thermal device and what gets pulled off of it via digital recording. But it's close enough for representation. We did attempt to film some through the eyepieces using a camera. I didn't think it was valuable data. It wasn't representative of what we were actually seeing with our naked eye. At any rate, lots of takeaways from this footage. First and foremost, you will know that 1.5 base magnification does make a big difference in some situations. What I saw, and we mess with the settings on these things. These aren't set up just like how they came out of the box. If you buy one of these thermal optics, go get in the sharpness, mess with the contrast, change the brightness, really set the thing up so it looks best to your eye, because those 3 or 4 settings in there that a lot of people just leave alone make a big difference in the performance of the optics, believe it or not. At any rate, the image quality is different. I won't say that one is necessarily better than the other. They both have their high watermarks in different environments. Some of this video was taken in a very cold, wet environment. Some of the video was taken in a slightly warmer, dry environment. These things also play a big contributing factor into the optic performance as well. So all things considered, we've reviewed some of the technical specifications, we've talked about their intended use cases, and we've talked about the price. I can't tell you what the right thermal is for you, but I can give you all the information so that you can come to your own conclusion. Price is obviously a big determining factor between which one of these you're going to go with. If you haven't used a thermal before, talk to your buddies that have used thermals and try to figure out which one's going to work best for your use case in your environment. As we always say, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Give us a call. Our phone number's on the website. We're open 24/7. Also on our website, there are links to all of our social medias. We respond to those fairly quickly. You can email us. You know all the ways to get a hold of us. If you're not subscribed here, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like this video, turn on the bell notifications, share this video with your friends. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next one.